Welcome, my lovely dears, to yet another educational session of Sunrise and Sunset. When last we left off, our glorious and, chivalrous heroes out on their sunshiny quest went to the House of Fun. Unfortunately, it was less fun than one might have expected because they had to go through a library run by automatons that are due to protect the place. They put up, not one would say a particularly good fight, but there was a fight that happened. Or an execution, I guess, in the case of my terrible rolls, and your very successful rolls. And you got to the bottom of the whole ordeal and met Carla the Shadow, a very old elven lady who was very distressed about this particular icon of lore and knowledge being trapped for like hundreds and hundreds of years in the Golden Mother's domain, where it wasn't being used for the greater good.
Rightfully so.
As it would seem, her relic book was not so much the diary or journal that others assumed, but a gateway to, at the very least, a mirror or shadow of Asmund's very own library. A quite lovely multi-leveled structure consisting of most knowledge ever committed, and plenty of entertainment books to go with it. By the end of the adventure, you walked away with quite a few scrolls and a large list of ridiculous books, which is always nice. We like to get ridiculous books in this house. And, well, you've muddled back and forth over what to do about this whole situation. Carla has said that, don't really want to just go ahead and give this back to them. Could we not? And he went, well, we'll have to, otherwise there'll be a war, and everyone here will probably get killed. So how about we give it back temporarily and then swap them later? To which the thief reluctantly agreed. And we pick up basically at that point in time.
No.
No? No what?
Yes. No, because you missed a big part of that callback. We had a little nice
she did.
chat.
She did also ask if you'd like to join her in assassinating the Golden Mother.
Well, no, that's beside the point. It's the part of we had Asmund himself in his.
He did. It's true. He visited and gave you guys a fake book with which to swap. Had a casual chat.
A casual check made by the. Yeah.
By Asmund standards, a very casual chat, I guess.
Yeah.
An in-depth chat would have just given us all psychic damage from just the lore dump.
I'm sorry, I only contained so much lore at any one given time. And then off he whooped.
Power word migraine.
Yep.
Oh man, I had the hiccup so bad earlier today that I gave myself a terrible headache.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Very lame. But yeah, Carla is adjusting her handbag that you recovered for her. Okay, so how do we want to do this?
I thought we ended with us popping out of the book.
We haven't quite yet.
Yeah.
You haven't literally haven't stepped out of it. You're about to do so. But
I think Ralu was leaving because we were talking about the plans. She's like, I don't want to know.
Yep.
I went to grab books about murdering outer beings that I was allowed to borrow from the library.
Yeah, you did get permission to make some.
Yeah.
There's 13 books.
Okay, so the last time Ralu was here, we were talking about giving her the real book and then swapping it out with a fake one later. Now that Ralu's not here, why don't we give Ralu the fake book to begin with?
Do you really want to see me get impaled?
No, Ralu's not there. That's the point.
I'm saying.
Yeah,
well, they can't tell the difference is the thing.
This is
works
true.
For me.
I would like that better than one of you two having to sneak into Manticore's tents tonight.
Wouldn't be the first time, wouldn't be the last time. Although, again, not really so high profile as this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying it runs less of a risk.
As long as they don't have any way to actually tell the difference, but I'm pretty sure they don't.
How would they?
They're all barbarians.
I mean,
How
you
would they?
say
They're
that,
both
but
in-
you're not... That's not really true. They have a, complex society.
Okay, no,
How would they
alright.
even be
Barbarians
able
is
to
fine. So.
tell the difference, really? They've both been enchanted somewhat by Asmund. They both carry a measure of his power.
Yeah, no, realistically, they both look magic, and they don't even know what this book is or what its contents is or how to open it. None of them are faithful to any of the divines. They straight up have no idea. So I suspect it's honestly pretty safe.
Are we absolutely sure the Golden Mother has no way to open this thing?
We're not, but
Golden Mother isn't even home right now.
I mean, that's true, but eventually she'll get home, and then she'll, want to check the book. They might bring it right to her.
A possibility. Then do you want to go with the original plan, then, of having you steal it back anyway?
I don't know, that's what I'm asking you guys.
I think even if it gets swapped, she's gonna find out it's a fake eventually.
Yes,
You won't
but
know when
then,
that happened.
and better to have the original far enough away than having to swap it again.
You're giving me a stealing job with extra steps. I mean, again, I can do it if it's worth peace of mind during the handover, but I don't think there will be realistically a difference. I think they'll take the book and then take it back, and then, I don't know, they're like,
Yeah, it's
I
really
don't know the state of the Great Oasis right now, but probably
just a
guard
question
their homeland.
if the Golden Mother can tell the difference, really.
I don't know, it's just gathering dust in her vault. This one probably hasn't ever looked at the book or looked in it. Probably like a Golden Mother, like 4 or 5 generations ago, for all I know.
Alright, Skow, can I roll insight to see if she, is saying this from a point of certainty, or if she's just being, my culture,
Manticore races?
carrot your culture?
Yeah, sure, make an insight.
Alright. Live go.
She seems mostly just, annoyed at being questioned. Although she's obviously been very facetious, she does genuinely believe, no, she hasn't read or looked at this. She doesn't believe in any of the gods. And, again, it was thirsty in that vault.
Okay.
It has almost certainly not been touched for generations. It hasn't been touched by this one, I'm pretty sure. Or it wouldn't be so much dust on it.
Then, I mean, my real question then is, how did she know it was gone in the first place?
I couldn't leave no evidence that I was in there at all. When I left with the particular object, I left an empty plinth, as it were. So they would have just gone to the empty plinth where the book was.
Fair enough, I guess.
Yeah.
Then how
The
did
vault
they
itself's
know
pretty
where-
amazing. It's like this spherical 20 by 20 building, real tall, great big skylights that look at sort of a sun that isn't really there. And it's just full of relics and gold and lots of captures from all sorts of places, some interred remains, that kind of thing. A society of conquering.
A curious question about the vault.
Bear first. She was trying to speak up first. What's that, Bear?
Just run that by it. You left an empty plane. It's understandable. Okay, you stole it, you got away.
Yeah.
How did they track you down then?
Well, I can walk through things, but it doesn't mean I'm not going to leave any kind of a track or trace at all. I don't know exactly how they followed me, but they probably did the usual thing of saying, hey, did you see anyone suspicious come or go or any of that? I kind of do look quite different and stand out. I have a bit of a reputation. They knew the direction I ran in and then surrounded this place because they couldn't find me in actuality. But if they were watching for me, they're very vigilant, then I'd be risking a lot by getting caught. And I didn't know they came here in, what, a whole legion's worth of force? I was pretty sure I was being chased by a scouting party. Like 20 people.
No, apparently then they're here for blood.
Apparently so.
Yeah, that's what's got me so worried about this, is, like, they clearly know it's something of tremendous value, otherwise it wouldn't dispatch as many people.
Sure. How do you think anyone would react if you think like a relic of your living god was stolen the moment that they left? I bet they were just as worried about getting it back as they were about what would happen to them if they didn't get it back.
Maybe.
Imagine if Hagen was really into putting people on a burning cross and saying, like, stop misbehaving. And that was his idea of, really just like a casual handle this sort of situation.
Yeah, I got it.
He used to be fire and brimstone, but not like Golden Mother tier. He was definitely an Old Testament god.
All right.
Put it that way.
I mean, yeah, in the Old Testament, impalement is the original version of crucifixion. Crucifixion is the evolved version.
Yeah, that's true. You're right. Yeah, that was, I guess, impalement squared.
Right. Going back to the vault for a second, was there
Sure.
any sections that were deeper, even more locked away, or was it only the one area?
Not quite. It's, as I say, like, it's a big circular structure, so you can see all of the important stuff that's up on these standing plinths that just sort of go around in a ring. So you find like swords and shields and bows and arrows and broken bits of tools and books and scepters and casting implements, like all of that kind of stuff is all on plinths, and it's all been spoils of war from generations or raiding. Can't tell where they got everything, of course. And the center section of it is just shelves with gold and jewels and all that fun stuff.
Okay.
And, like interred bodies and things like that. Either particularly enjoyed partners of the Golden Mother or like reliquaries that one of the Golden Mothers have stolen, that kind of thing.
Right.
Surprisingly unhaunted. I was worried I was going to bump into ghosts, but they do actually use that building on a weekly basis, I would say.
Okay. Well, how about this? It's pretty hard to track things in extra-dimensional spaces, right?
Yeah, I suppose.
Okay. Well, I got a box outside with a pretty nice extra-dimensional space into it. So, why don't I bring it over here, and we take you and the real book, and we put you in the box, and we take the fake book to the Manticores, give that off, and then we hightail it the fuck out of here. And when we're well away, we can get you out of the box.
Now, I'm no fancy schmancy wizard, but I've been around for a very long time, and I don't think you're supposed to put two portable worlds inside one another. Like, is this box like a bag, or is it actually an extra plane?
It's like a bedroom. It's bigger on the inside.
Yeah, it sounds like an extra plane. Extra plane.
So no putting the book in there?
Yeah, you don't put a house in a house, let's put it that way. You can put a big bag in a house.
You've
got bags of holding, those don't explode unless you turn them inside out in an extra dimensional space.
I don't suppose anyone has a bag of holding.
What? She points at just herself. I'm carrying a bag of holding, but it's not a particularly big one.
And can you put the book in there?
Sure.
Okay, well, good enough.
We just pulls up the titties.
Guess.
I know I would rather hang on to it, but,
Well, I mean, can we fit you in a bag of holding? I think you're running out of air.
I can hold my breath for a while, but yeah, no, fair enough.
It's a bad idea to generally put a person in a bag of holding, nine for lack of air.
Yeah. So, book goes in the titties, and then you go in the box, and we get away from here, and then we're well clear, and we'll pop both out.
This box can be opened from the inside, right?
Yes, it can be opened from the inside.
She insights you.
Sure. I mean, there's no.
Yeah, I know you're not lying, but hey, I
could.
could roll a 1. You
Yeah, you could.
Advantage.
Not a 1.
Advantage from what? She's not getting advantage from any of you. She's literally inciting your entire group. What gives her advantage against you?
The fact that none of us is like openly lying and trying to.
No, that's not how that
That's
works.
not
You
how
don't.
that
You
works.
can't. She can't get advantage because you're telling the truth. Vice versa. I don't randomly give you guys advantage when you're inciting someone who's telling the truth. I give you advantage when you have a easy way to read them, or you have people helping you, and she has neither of those things. But yeah, Carl will sigh. Alright, fine. Not like I could probably beat any of you in a fight if it came to one of those adventure-type scuffles. I am a lover, not a fighter. And
I mean, on a
a
one-on-one,
runner before I'm either of those.
On 1-on-1, you could probably beat me if I don't get most of my magic off.
Look,
You mean in a fight, right?
This is not some elaborate way to kill you by trapping you in a box.
Alright, sweet. I've lived for a very long time. I would hate to break that streak because I climbed inside someone's kill box.
Oh.
Very true. So now here's a question. How are we... It's going to look very odd if we just go out there and bring a box back in.
And
Where is your box?
it's on our ship.
On the ship.
Okay, where's your ship?
Right outside.
Parked outside of town.
Yeah, outside town.
South or North Gate?
Cass tells
Scout
you the answer.
Yeah, like I don't remember us being told that. Like, was it South or North?
Yeah, you guys would have entered from the south side. Okay. Is your ship being actively watched and monitored by Manticore guards?
Probably.
Most likely, yes.
I could probably sneak onto your boat, but that's probably a bad idea at the same time.
No, I was thinking I'd just bring the box, like, in here. They don't know what I need a box for.
Again, can't bring a box in here. That's a...
Well, we could
Then
bring the
can't-
box, like, to the door. Because the Manticores
Those
aren't...
being
in town.
to the tent that this place is based in?
That's being watched
Okay.
by city guards and the circus tent owner.
I don't care what they know. They're not on Team Manticore.
They're not. I'm just saying, more eyes.
Yeah.
None of you can cast like invisibility, can you?
Oh, yeah, I can just cast
Yeah.
invisibility on you. That works.
It just gives you a pat on the head.
I'm out of
yeah.
spells for the day, though.
Here, give me about 2 hours. Let's see, how long does it actually take to write this spell into my book?
Take 2 hours. Yeah.
Give me 2 hours. I can copy into my book and I can change over my prepared spell and cast it.
It saves me giving your null drugs instead.
I mean, I do love drugs, but no, it's way
I do
cheaper
have some blue on me.
Well, I didn't say so in the first place. We can just give them some of that and we just have
No,
the
no, no.
Resilient solution right there.
You stay away from that blue that you fucking out.
Hey, I'm not even the one that'd be smoking it. It'd be Cass.
No. You just stay away from that. Go back.
Hold, you are not my mother.
Back, I say.
You are not
Back,
my
I
mother.
say.
You are not
Back,
my
I say,
mother.
beast. Back, beast.
What are you doing?
Pull a fucking
A
chair.
power aspect compels you.
The elf just looking
Bear?
on.
Fuck off, please. I'll say this nice and kindly for you one time. It's a residium solution, not a problem.
Yeah, okay, maybe we keep the Residium away from you. I can be trusted with blue, because I'm not a hopeless addict.
I am not an addict. My body quite literally processes it somewhat differently to you all.
Uh-huh.
No, quite actually.
Uh-huh.
Medically speaking, it does.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I see. You have a medical blue card.
Listen, the residium accident before my birth caused a little bit of a mutation within the system. I take a little bit every now and again to keep right.
Yeah, we heard
That's
that
not
one.
an addiction. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, we
Oh,
heard that
no.
before. You built different. Yes.
You
Quite
have child.
actually, I have been.
You have child residium syndrome.
She was a very, very dangerous crack baby. Like, honey, it's happening again. Oh, do I need to change a diaper? No, she set fire to the changing room.
Are we
This
sure
is
Anai
babbling
isn't
little
actually just a wild
fox.
magic sorcerer?
Yes, I'm sure.
Pretending to be a wizard.
She's just like main casted wizard the whole time and is just in deep denial about being actually secretly a sorcerer the whole time.
The theory thing.
Yeah, it's not the theory of schizophrenia, I guess, but it's not far off. Maybe, who knows?
Yeah, but
Yeah. All right, Carla will.
Right.
All right. I mean, I'm fine to sit around for a couple of hours.
Yeah.
So, tell me about this whole end of the world thing. I'm going to sit on the back of a chair.
Cass will hand Anai his spellbook and elves.
Yep.
So it all started with his hay.
It all started with this evil twink. No, Cass will just explain the situation to her.
We'll skip forward a bit to Harab then.
Yeah, she'll stop you occasionally to ask questions about places you've seen. Heck, she even tells you about some of the things that she knows of and has experienced. At one point, I sold one of those puzzle box things, the lids that you put inside a like a standing mechanism.
Cool. What'd you get?
Oh, I got money. I wasn't going to go into a mystery dungeon. That's adventurous shit. I moved product around. I was paid to deliver this key to someone who was spending a lot of money to acquire it in the first place. I knew it was a key to a place, but I also knew it was a key to a potentially very dangerous place. And I, as aforementioned, really not the fighty type. I'd lived a long time thanks to that.
Do you know where that place was?
Yeah, do you happen to know of other keys that we could possibly obtain?
Other keys? Let's give her a little history check. All right,
Also, turns out it'll only take me an hour to write this down.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
Because of my subclass giving me stuff, or the wizard class giving me stuff. I don't remember which. Also,
yeah, your scribe feature, I think it is. Just knock that shit out in half the time.
Yeah, so
no, that's just
like 10 GP total for me to do it.
Let's see here. I'm pretty fuzzy on the details, if I'm completely honest. The place I delivered it to was... Put a little pin down for it. A little town called Southside, where they happen to grow wheat.
Oh, it's not too far out of our way in the future.
Yeah, and there's a wizard that lives there.
Oh, cool.
There. It's been a long time. Dude was a human.
Oh, well, still.
Maybe he has some apprentices or something that kept hold of it.
Descendants.
Or he became a lich. Quite a few wizards became liches when they got old.
That's a possibility, too.
Anna, you're not going to become a lich, right?
Why would I become a lich? I can already live forever.
It's generally like a human gig.
Lichdom holds no appeal to me. There is nothing I would gain from it, really.
Lichdom's a human game. Or people trying to protect themselves from death game. There's a pretty popular trick that they used to have, which was moving your soul into like gems and stuff, just so that you couldn't get yourself killed. But without the rest of the whole lichdom stuff to happen, the body would start rotting like they were a zombie. Which was pretty horrific, and usually by then they, didn't know where to put their soul back in their body. They just killed it. So, rather against what they tried to do. But for a while, they were basically immortal soldiers. Again, until their bodies fell apart, and then they couldn't move. And then I think their soul gems got disenchanted or turned into weapons or something. Adventurous shit.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Yeah, I don't recommend it to any of you guys. It's probably pretty grim.
Yeah, I certainly do not want to do any of that.
Say, what's with all of the lines you've got here on your map?
Oh, that's
Routes
just the
that we're
direction we're
taking.
going.
Oh, well, it's just a stop by.
Yeah, it's sort of an
Yes.
accident, really. We were coming to Victoria's Dream anyway, just because we wanted to see the town.
And
I mean, it is a
do
gorgeous
puzzle
town.
box.
You guys have a puzzle box?
Oh yeah, that's for. I keep forgetting about that.
Oh, sweet. I know where the entrance to that is.
Do you? Well, that'd save us a bunch of time.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
that
How
would.
good are you at holding your breath? Wait, no, don't ask. You're a cassoid. Are you all prepared to hold your breaths for a while though?
We have an alchemist that can make us water breathing potions.
Ah, cheatily. Okay, well, if you're up for... Oh, well, of course, and you're definitely made to survive long periods of time without access to oxygen. Those proud Mive noises. Well, okay, if you're all comfortable swimmers, then I can take you to where it is. Probably want to go in the evening, though, otherwise you'll get told off for swimming in what is basically drinking water. So also
Yeah.
make sure you all wash thoroughly, otherwise, you know.
Yeah.
They do have nice bathhouses here. I can recommend a couple.
Oh,
Good.
been a while.
Goodness knows I need it. I've been stuffed up in a library for days.
And I guess you can come invisibly. Or maybe
I
the
could just
manticores will
tell
just,
you-
like, be gone.
I
I'm
mean,
gonna be gone.
yeah, this is true.
I don't know. Have you got a bath on your ship? Not
Not like a fancy one.
What are you talking about? It's a pleasure barge. Of course we do.
I mean, you have a bath, which is already nice for a ship, but it's not like a bathhouse.
No, it's not like a. It's not quite a bathhouse, but as far as ship bathrooms go, you're not going to find one better.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. I'm not trying to down-talk your bath.
And I immediately.
I mean, look, as long as it's a nice bath, I don't mind. I've made do with a bucket and some cold water for longer than any of you have been alive. I hazard a pretty close guess. Maybe except for you. She'll point at Tiff. Spreads her hands. We've lived and been here for a very long time, but I'm like a couple hundred. Don't worry about it. Yeah. All right. Sorry. Yeah. Bucket and cold water then for longer than any of you have been alive.
What about your dimensional pad? Doesn't that have like a washing area?
What?
What?
I don't have any kind of dimensional washing area.
No,
She
it's the
means
pointing at
Cass is
cats.
here.
Oh, your
Oh.
box.
No, that's
Your
just
box
a...
is a bath?
No, it's just a bedroom.
It's a bedroom with a hot tub.
Yeah, I mean, it's got a hot tub, like, it's not for bathing.
Yeah, hot tubs are not for bathing; they're for relaxing in.
You're supposed to bathe before you get in. And I guess in an emergency you could, but, like, rather you didn't.
You know, go with whatever a normal bath is. No, considering as you've mentioned, you're also, you're a cast married to a lady with a knot. I imagine that hot tub has seen a lot of business from the two of you, and, nice, but also
Oh, yeah.
not what I would
You?
want to have an emergency scrub down in.
I mean, we keep it clean, but, yeah, no.
It's self-cleaning from magic, so I got that. I hope.
Magic. Cause of and solution to all of life's problems.
Isn't it?
Alright. And yeah, once your hour has passed, Carla will accept an invisible.
See, I do need to spend a vitality so that I can actually change this out, because I did adhere to the short rest rules and how my class
Yep, you gotta
features work.
spend of it.
That's fine. I can change my spells over, get Arcane Recovery, and then I can cast Invisibility.
Excellent. And yeah, you tap Carla with invisibility. Like, all right, I just have to make sure to be very careful not to slip through phases, because if I do that, it'll break invisibility just the same as if I cast a spell, which is a shame, because sometimes I do that just, like, without thinking. I have to concentrate. It's like manually breathing now for the next however long the spell lasts, an hour?
1 hour. We all work on the
Okay, yeah.
clock. Our ship is the one emblazoned with the Sabri symbol, as of course.
You know,
Yep.
if you want to be less inconspicuous, you can just literally ride on my shoulders.
So once you
No,
get on the
no,
ship,
it's
you
fine. I
might,
prefer
if
my
you don't
feet.
stay completely invisible, let me just quickly write a note and here, put this in your bag. If you do happen to get on the ship and they're beneath the decks, and then one of our crewmates see you, show them this. You have permission to be on board, thanks to me.
All right. That sounds good to me.
Oh yeah, don't freak out about the giant worm lady.
The who-any what?
This giant worm lady lives on our ship. She's nice. She's Maria.
Adventurous
Alright,
shit.
okay, miss.
Just, it's adventurous shit. There you go. Classic.
An
Ralu.
alchemist named Maria?
Yes.
And they were a big worm.
Yeah.
Oh my god, she might have known her. She might be that old.
The
Did you
DC's
know
quite high. It's been a long time.
it came
It
from around,
rings a
like,
bell.
here?
We have advantage because we're describing her and like telling about
Yeah,
her.
you
and
are
stuff.
actually literally describing her. Yeah, I know of her. Used to have a village somewhere. She'll point at the map where you met her before. Oh, you've already got it marked.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, man, it is really sad looking at it. Yeah, that whole area used to be full of water.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the Great Oasis stole some of it. I don't know how, but somehow.
Cass is
How?
becoming more and more
What?
convinced she's just a Manticore racist.
I was about to say.
Well, no,
Jesus,
no, sorry. No, I don't mean the
making
people
shit
of the
up.
Great Oasis. I mean the Oasis itself. It's attached to this, like, tremendous groundwater area. And since all of the groundwater got leached out of this spot, it probably went downhill, air quotes, downhill,
Downstream. in the
downstream
fashion.
underwater, and it would have gone to the larger groundwell, the one under the Oasis.
And that tracks and figures and makes sense to me. Congregating
saying-
in one place by erosion of some kind.
Exactly, yeah. I'm not saying that the Manticores have the ability to steal water from places. They didn't even live there back then.
Yes, it was the Nubians at that point, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. God, there's so much land that used to be full. I haven't had a map in years and years and years. It was sort of like broken tour over time. You stop hanging on to things after you've been around for a long while, because things like to change.
It'd be really cool if you did have an old, like, super old map from back in your day. We could compare and contrast.
I'll check some of my old safe houses next time I'm in, like... I'm pretty sure I had one in Light.
Like last
Yeah,
time?
last Light.
Yeah.
Last Light. I had an old safe house up there. Maybe some of my old belongings are there, and that might mean a very old map.
Cool.
That'd be convenient.
I'm sure the safe house is still there. It's only been, she pauses, 50 years? Okay. No, it's probably still there.
It's likely to be there still. I mean, the town's had renovations aplenty, but it's been well hidden.
Out of curiosity, Cass is just gonna give her, like, the address of his new, like, apartment there that he won. Like, it's
I don't remember the street name, sorry.
okay. Making sure, because there was a, conveniently abandoned place that we kind of got.
Conveniently abandoned? Oh, shit, that does sound a lot like a safe house. But no, it wouldn't have been that high profile if it's large enough to be like an adventurer's sex pad.
Okay.
It was, like, boxy and small. You know, like a student apartment.
Okay, yeah, definitely not the place.
Mm-hmm.
And I like, what do you mean small, like a student apartment? Those things are enormous. A huge room.
Well, no, she probably actually did have like a rather small, because she was attending college on.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you were on campus. Yeah, okay, never mind. Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of my point. Like, I need to do this without having Daddy provide everything.
Fair enough.
And then Ralu just waltzes in and gets I'm willing to kill myself scholarship.
I'm ready to die, bitch. I'm ready to die.
Anyway, time to go talk to the Manticores, I guess.
Yeah, good luck, I guess. And then she will invisibly walk out the tent. Which, as you guys are now within a tent that's got nobody in it, you're in a very creepy abandoned circus. It's been like 3 days, and so there's just like loads of like the smell of very stale popcorn and treats and stuff like that.
What do you mean,
Are
like,
there
creepy? This is
giant
like my
balls?
summers on like average. What? Come on now.
Ale elephant manure.
You spend your
Is there
summers in a
giant
circus?
balls?
No, that was out of character.
No, real life Ariel.
All right.
Is used to the sights and smells of a 3-day abandoned circus.
Generally, we don't actually have circuses at the fairgrounds. Actually, quite rare.
Tragic.
What's
Is it because
Skow.
the fairground's not big enough? Or you
No,
don't have a
circuses
traveling
are-
circus?
No, fairgrounds are usually fairly big. It's just you don't really get traveling circuses. Part of that's because like they can't really use animals anymore, like you big fancy animals. That PETA gets on your ass about that sort of thing.
Okay.
I mean the way they break elephants is pretty brutal, so I get it.
But also,
Oh yeah, it's heartbreaking. But yeah,
DM,
sorry, yes.
are there big balls around there?
No, they're in my kilt. Why?
Are there big balls? What are you talking about?
It's a circus and there's a bear. I'm wondering if there are giant balls.
Oh, like on a stage? Yeah, you'll probably step out of this book not far from the stage. You can see a large number of colourful, like, hard leather stitched balls. They've probably got internal metal bracing so that they don't break underneath bare weight.
Oh, yeah,
They
you're
look
right.
quite light, but they're like very large medicine balls almost.
The Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus went out of business. Yeah, there are no more traveling circuses.
yeah, well,
Uh,
that's
so-
not exactly true. There's still smaller ones, but like the big ones are out.
Okay,
You do not go to play
Oh.
with the circus ball.
I do not play. I do not act like a
Is that
circus
some
bear.
kind of instinct you
Urge.
have?
It's an urge to play with giant ball. Yes, that's
Yeah,
something.
I mean, like,
feel
especially
very-
since, like, around where the giant, like, you can, it's got that, like, typically animal bears play with this smell to it as well. Like, it's been chewed and gnawed on. There's little claw dig marks all over it.
Huh.
There is no way that those don't look just like big versions of what you played with as a kid. Like, I imagine now just Weirbear's kids playing with, like, colorful medicine balls. As though they were, like,
Yeah.
actual, just, like, normal ones.
Yeah, that's also a thing in nature. If a bear comes over a spherical object, may it be very easy to move or not, if it's like a stub or anything like that that's just round, they will instinctively play with it.
Huh,
They have an
neat.
instinct to play with balls.
Heh.
Ralu will knock over to Karin. You mind showing me your titties? And then it's just a stack of 13 books Ralu has in her hands.
It just,
Big-ass
it just
tomes.
dramatically opens up like the what's it called,
The chest plate, the Bodus
the
part.
cleavage. Yeah, the
Yeah.
cleavage there, and just opens it like red stabs. Like, be gentle.
Ralu will very carefully make sure that her claws are in her palms and put the books in. Those are all the books I could find on beings from outer worlds. I'd encourage everyone to give them a read so we don't get caught out.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
if you're willing to spend quote-unquote downtime actions on these books, you can like learn the identities and vague expectations of what to face against certain types of aberrant, instead of looking at an aberrant being like, I have no fucking idea what it's going to do.
Yeah, that'd be a real fucking nice thing.
Right. Well, while you go and hand over the relic back to the Manticores, I'm going to go find my sibling and spend a bit of quality time.
Ah, right. I wasn't aware you had siblings here.
Were you not there when Ali Sabri was there?
Nope. Ralu went stayed on the ship for an hour beforehand because she didn't, given the reputation Manticores have around here, didn't want to walk in with the party, and then she flew in later and then went to the village square and then bought her and Cass potions.
Right, okay.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
Allie's in town and has been for a while, and actually, you know, we saw her sponsored, they're sponsored. I said her for a moment because I saw the tail.
Yeah. Abriza Vedi.
Yeah. Their business out here anyway. They mostly do the topaz sunglasses.
The amber shades.
Amber shades. Yes, catch up with them and all that's going on.
You hear an invisible voice next to you go, oh, those things, they are pretty styling.
Aren't they just?
I'll go gather the herald and head back to the Lega, I suppose.
Yeah. You head into the city center. You can see that the same group is there. You've been gone for like 2.5 hours, so they're still present and hawking. If anything, though, she's gone a bit quiet now that it's like the height of high noon. Of course, you don't even really fully get your chance to leave first, though, because the moment you step outside of the circus flap, you're stopped by guards and both tieflings.
Meep.
Oh, hold up. Is everything being handled?
Yeah, basically.
Basically is quite what I was hoping. Yes or no, friend?
Yes, it
Yes.
was. The Legion will be pulling out soon.
And your tent's back to your control.
Oh, this is most wonderful. Here, I can't let you leave empty-handed.
And he pulls out a
into his coat, reaches into his coat and pulls out. Here, free passes, of course, for all of you to catch an actual show.
Oh, sweet.
You can have the little VIP booth. We do a dinner service.
Oh,
wonderful.
Oh man, I've been in one of those. Those are pretty cool.
Yeah.
Rich people boxes at a stadium are amazing. I've only been to one once because of Khassid.
Of course.
Of course. Yeah. Let it never be said that Havoc doesn't know how to be thankful. Of course, a little short on actual cash, we basically run our operation circular and keep ourselves going on the proceeds from the previous year.
Mm-hmm.
It's not dire, but it means we aren't really left with many savings, and losing 3 days of work during the circus season is really crippling. But yes, we will certainly make sure that you have access to a box.
It is much appreciated.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah. Havoc and his missus tip their invisible hats at you.
Ask him, just go over to him and ask him, what's their usually daily proceedings from old circus?
Circus proceedings? Yes. 3 days of operations. Gold pays for staff and event and our space here.
How much is it?
I couldn't tell you. It's a couple hundred almost. It is fine. It is certainly money we'll make back, especially since we have a circus to operate on.
Yes, but if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to donate for good causes.
Ah, please. Entertainment is one of the world's finest causes, but we do have an orphanage here, and they could use the money an awful lot more than us.
Okay, then. Just
Pay them out, and we'll, you can say it's partially from us if you must really feel so inclined. It's not like this was your fault.
no, it's not that. It's just I like numerical symmetry in my finances.
Got an odd number driving you crazy?
Yes, it's been doing this for the past.
Then please, I insist. The orphanage could use a lot more. We'll operate.
Very well. Then it just takes out 2 pouches and gives him. Yes, 28. Okay, so okay. He gives him 2 small pouches with little coins. There you go. Have fun.
They
There's
will.
if it checks, there's 22 GP in one and 22 PP in the other. 28 in the other.
Well, shit. They both look quite shocked and perplexed. Well, they pocket the one with gold in it and will bounce the one with platinum. I suppose I should probably change this into smaller money, or the orphanage is liable to have a fright.
Nice and even numbers now.
A bag
Yes.
of silver.
Yeah, it's going to turn, 28 platinum into a smooth couple thousand silver. Yeah, they will certainly appreciate that. You are now freed up to head to the city center, and yeah, it's late in the noon, so the Hawker, although they're there, have gone just quiet. It's high sun. No one really has the energy to be shouting around in high sun. Everyone's stalls have quietened down for the most part, apart from a couple that have like seating with large umbrellas and drinks.
Yeah,
Those, as you might expect, remain quite popular.
Yeah, I just assume they do what everyone in equatorial areas or hot areas do, and they just go inside and either take a nap or have a drink.
Siesta. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Say like there's most of them don't close all the way. There are a lot of races that don't particularly give a shit about being in like a deep sun, so
That's true.
It's missed sails in their case. So instead, they just have a quiet period where they'll just take what is effectively an extended "I'm available to do business" service lunch break.
Yeah, by the way, is Ralu really hot in that?
Is Ralu what?
Really hot
It's
in
rather
her
really-
armor.
I specifically painted my armor white and wear a white cloak to offset that.
Okay,
In
that's
fact,
good.
that was your suggestion, in fact, Hedrah. Because I was
Yes,
asking how to
but-
make full plate armor cooler in the desert, and you said just wear white and paint your armor white. So she's really painful to look at right now, but
Yeah. There's also
Yeah.
the fact that you have like wings and big ears with which to vent lots of heat. So
yeah.
honestly, you operate pretty much okay in this heat.
Okay,
The
no,
big
because
ears help a
I
lot.
still have my 4 wands of prestidigitation, which I can just cool people.
It's true. You
Pump
can use it
stuff.
like one of those little walking handy fans.
Use it like a hand fan.
God, I see so many
Yeah.
of those during the summer.
Yeah, I did have an idea of what to do with the ingot of unmeltable ice, because an ingot can only do 2 things. What we did last session. I was thinking about putting it on my shield and my sword, but I can't do it on multiple things. My other idea was to put it on my if it doesn't work on the lost sliver, like if I'm gonna try it, and if it doesn't like it, then I'm just going to take it off, and then I'm going to hammer it out into thread, and then ask Masika to weave it into my robe that she built me, that she wove me.
Wove you. I wove this for thee.
She didn't build a robe.
Yeah, the Manticore guard at the center will note your arrival and gets up out of her chair and gives you a crisp salute.
Return the salute. All right, let's head back. I found the relic.
What? Already?
Yes, my mate did. And I retrieved it.
Cast waves.
Well, that's incredible. Yes, company. She speaks up. It's like a little edge of like just still surprise riding on her voice. A number of the guards will look up from their spots. Pack up and get ready to go. And you notice you're all getting a lot of looks now from everyone in the city center as the Manticores begin to like take down their little outdoor gazebo thing. There's a lot of mutters of like a good riddance and thank goodness. But there are even more people who are like, I guess they found it. Word begins to travel pretty fast amongst the crowd and suspect that it'll have reached the other end of the city before you even left the gates.
Cass does his best to just look smug. Yeah.
Of course. Yeah, the guard will look to you like, might we see it?
Ralu will pull it out.
No, the book. Nice dick, though.
No. Presumably, it was already handed to her, so she's going to pull out the book from beneath her robes.
Cool, Mother Preserve. That's what it looks like.
It is pretty gold, yeah.
I see it is a book befitting her stature. Well then, yes, let's be off. Yeah. They will head towards the city outskirts after dumping all their stuff onto a wagon and carrying it out. You notice that they don't bring a beast of burden along with them. It's just being pulled by a couple of the greener soldiers.
Yeah, FNGs get to do the back work, as always.
I was fully expecting you to say some of their captives.
No. They probably wouldn't have gotten away with, like, flaunting slaves in the middle of Free City.
No.
That's the kind of thing that gets you, like, surprise oopsie-doopsie lynched.
Yeah, that's it. Occasionally you got the fucking pack mules. Those that pull the short straw.
Yep. Yeah, quite literally, they were on luggage duty. Presumably because one of them, didn't pack up correctly, and when they were asked to do a present your kit turnout, they were, a little bit inadequate. They hadn't polished something like looks like you're pulling the cart back out of here.
Yeah, they weren't fortunate enough to be part of the golden lineage, so they didn't get fast tracked to officer.
And yeah, so with Greens pulling wagons, you are able to make your way outside, where you find that there are a great many people waiting for you. At first, there aren't huge crowds of manticores. They're all spread quite thin. A legion can only do so much to wrap entirely around a city to watch it. Like they're in sit, watch, and wait position, not so much they're.
And I assume that the people that aren't on lookout are currently catnapping in the heat of the day.
Yeah, basically. Not that many have been allowed to. Like, tensions are very high in this camp because something of the Golden Mothers has been stolen, and you've never heard of that happening ever. And these guys probably would be held responsible. It happened the moment the Golden Mother left, and it was on their watch.
And clearly the Golden Mother's never going to hear about it, because they're going to cover that shit up immediately. Let's put it right back where it belongs, and no one needs to know.
Put it right back where it belongs, and no one needs to know. I mean, maybe you could persuade them to do that. They are probably going to, responsibly put together a report and accept the punishment that they deserve. Yeah. You reach the command tent and find the legate, the Legion, waiting for you.
Ralu will salute first.
And gives a quick salute back.
And then wordlessly drop the tome on her desk.
Meep.
The legate jumps a little bit at the sight of that. Mother protect.
I have a thief. Scritch cast.
Oh, as in to recover it. I thought that you also had the one responsible. Are they here? Are they bound and captive, or have they been slain?
Yes.
Slain, and it's inside the stone thing that collapsed. You're not getting that back.
Stone thing that collapsed?
Yeah, there was like a whole magic wall they put up inside a tent inside the place, and then when we finished in there, it just sort of squip. Cass will slap his fist together.
All right, give me a deception.
Alrighty. Deception. Oh boy.
Man, if only you owed me a fail.
I know, right? Yeah, 19. That's pretty good.
Okay, you are a legate. Give me that sweet, sweet insight. Fuck! Oh, well. There was a chance. There was a chance.
I was very worried.
Pan
That was
out.
a good chance.
Yeah. They have pretty good stat blocks.
Huh?
She will sigh and look resigned. A shame. I was hoping that having their body on a pike would have at least spared the Golden Mother's displeasure when we report this.
I mean, so from what I understand, this happened after the Golden Mother left?
That's correct, yes.
I mean, look, I'm not, part of the whole Manticore thing, but if I were you, I would probably just put it back where it came from and just not mention it. That way I don't look, bad.
Give me a persuade with disadvantage. She is like the top of the lawful evil pie.
Alright.
It's also confusing. How are you supposed to cover up the shipping out of an entire legion? That's so
That
much
sounds
paperwork.
like
you have to
her
change.
problem.
That sounds like a war practice kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
You went on maneuvers.
Like, NK has made many excuses about the maneuvers that they have undertaken over the course of history. Legions have definitely been, like, sort of absconded with for such reasons.
Hey, just went on maneuvers.
Alright, what's your... I guess charisma save? Let's go with the chariz. How tightly ingrained in you is all of this?
I'm waiting to see a flash of green.
Yes.
No, that would never happen. That would never happen. It's okay. She's not actually that charismatic herself. It is only a +7 save. It should probably be a bunch higher, but, this is your level encounter.
A bunch higher. +7 is crazy high.
And she succeeds. Hold on. I got an inspo. I might as well pop. Can't double
That was
fail.
just a twist of. Hey, you can't notice a twist of fate.
That's
Yes,
not true.
You can. It's
You
casting a
absolutely
spell.
can tell if you cast a spell at her.
Oh, I thought it was completely just
No.
words.
I mean, if it is just words, I'm standing right in front of her. She'd fucking see me do it.
She would absolutely be watching you do it.
No, that's still a 19.
Still disadvantaged, so it's still a 19.
Alas.
She sighs and shakes her head. I'm afraid that is the difference between you and I. We are a people of law and we stand by them. Even should we know we're walking into a just punishment, we know that it is a just punishment.
I mean, is it really just? It's not like you could have done anything to prevent it. I mean...
We should have been ready. It makes sense that the very moment the Golden Mother has left her glorious palace, that it would be robbed by thieves, and yet we were unprepared. We had thought quite simply none would dare do such a thing, but we are foolish. The enemy is around us at all times.
Yeah, I'm just saying, maybe don't phrase it like that. Maybe, I was a tremendous master thief capable of surpassing even our highest expectations. Which is true, because goddamn.
The being was able to pass through walls. Could render itself, herself, himself intangible.
Well, it's a thing you couldn't really have prepared for.
And yet it must be something we could have been prepared for.
Well, yeah,
They feared
like
the
now,
Golden Mother, of course.
Yeah, just, it's a
Means there is
learning
always a way to
experience.
protect them.
If it makes any difference, I am willing to. I am heading towards the Golden Mother myself. I am willing to put in a good word for the Third Legion.
Yeah.
I am most uncomfortable with receiving such attention.
Look, you guys
It
did
is
a
our
good
failure.
job. No, it's... You did the best you could. Let us at least try and make sure you don't get, like, super punished for it. You don't deserve that.
Do as you will, then.
Cass will nod.
She looks deeply uncomfortable about this. Like, but I did wrong. I need to be told off. We all need to be punished for what we have done, which is fail God.
Yeah,
And you're like, oh, it's fine. We'll talk God down. And she's like, She looks so uncomfortable.
I mean, look, me and Ralu can punish her if she really needs it. By that I mean Mythe, but still.
Yeah, I don't think Ralu wants to leave someone. I mean, she's like somewhat blood related to you.
She's like,
is she? Is she part of the?
Tangentially.
Is she?
That's far enough away that doesn't count.
It's not. Yeah, I mean, it's far enough away that it doesn't count. She's probably legally married to someone who has the Golden Mother's blood in them, which is why that they are a legate. Either before or after their marriage happened, they would have been either married and become a legate, or become a legate and been a very attractive proposition for one of the Golden Mother's children. So yeah, you suspect she's probably married to one.
Yeah, it's not entirely like classic medieval. The Manticores also promote based on merit. If you're really good at your job.
She is probably your grandmother-in-law by merit, as opposed to given her position of legate because she was married into the line.
Okay. So what you're saying is she has a mountain of skulls behind her.
That part, it's slow moving with all of the skulls, so she doesn't bring that. But yeah, no,
that would
very
be inconvenient. Yes.
Yeah, she's very successful on campaign for a very long period of time.
I meant figuratively, not literally.
I mean, she has one back home. It's just really a pain to carry it around. What Lawful Evil doesn't have a throne made with the skulls of their the lacquered skulls of their enemies on it? It's still padding on the seat, of course. She's not a savage, but you know.
I'm pretty sure the Golden Mother just uses the Anubis' throne.
Oh yeah, no, it's well, it was an Anubian throne, but it has been since turned into like this fucking ultra glorious giant golden structure with walls and art depicting the Golden Mother's glorious like liberation of this promised land.
Yeah, it's essentially the 40k golden throne. Just
not like the size of a town.
Yeah, like it's not the size of a literal fucking city, but the decoration and the artiste.
Yeah. It is very. This is God's cathedral. Just like engraved, assigned. Heck, it's not even engraved. It's probably embossed. Like they had to get whole shitloads of gold and melt them onto an already golden throne to make it more impressive and increase its mass greater. Very extra. Man. Once you have seen to business with the legate here, what do? You have tickets to a circus show.
There was reward. There was an
of course,
artifact.
You're right. There is a reward.
I like these guys, but give me my fucking money, bitch.
That's of course you're right. I should not leave you wanting. Of course. Somebody give me a D6. Sure. Gotta put up my fun list of things. 4. Okay. And give me a D2.
Yep.
1. This is a fucking classic. For some reason, my brain is like missing the word for it. That was it. It is a necklace of sustenance.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh no.
Yes. Yes.
Immediately
No.
disenchanted
No,
before Hedrah
that-
even knows it exists.
I'm missing something here. Ralu will just pick it up.
Oh my god.
What is
please.
this?
That is a necklace that, with the Golden Mother's grace, you need not eat, drink, or sleep.
Huh.
Your vigil can remain forever and eternal, and it is 550.
That would be quite useful for my profession.
Yes, a great many honored watchmen would wear these. There are very few of them left in the world.
How much money do I have?
This one is mine, but well deserved and well earned.
Wait, hang on. Don't add that to the party loot yet.
Why?
And yeah, she hands the necklace of sustenance to Ralu. Wear it well. May your vigil remain ever strong. And, of course, pulls out a wooden chest, and it's 550 gold in gold bars. It's, not walking around with like hilarious stacks of coin. Again, not very efficient. It is like 5.5 bars of gold.
All right. So how much gold does it take to get enough food and drink for the Legion tonight?
To pay for the entire Legion's food and drink? That is a difficult ask, because the place you would buy that food and drink from was very recently under siege from them.
I wasn't going to buy it myself.
I mean, there's no way you can disguise who you're buying it for.
Yeah, you're
going
to need to be a little bit more clear then. Like, feed them, like, right now. Are you going to go and buy that food? Because, like, feeding 1,000 very large, strong people, and presumably their attached and carrying family, like, there's no hiding who that's for if you go into town and buy it.
Still, my idea was for this evening, putting the Manticores in a good move and then gently ushering them out the door back east is a good idea.
Well,
And I have very persuasive people on my team.
You do. I would say 100 gold. They will probably. They are going to charge you quite hard for food and drink for.
No, that's fine. It is a very good idea to just put the Legionnaires who don't even want to be here in a good mood, on, from their perspective, on the Void Hunter's dime, and then patting them on the butt the next morning and tell them to go home.
Yeah, fair enough.
And then, of course, that lubricates them to get Ralu's,
Yeah, because that is happening tonight, but the thing is, Ralu isn't aware of the plan, so she's...
Yeah, the plan change. Yeah, she's thinking getting them all distracted makes this a lot easier.
Getting them all drunk and full of food and milk is a really good idea.
Absolutely. Yeah. And say it'll cost you 100 gold as opposed to, like, 20 gold it should have cost.
Okay. So,
but it can be done. Yeah, pilot is 66, yes.
I guess Ralu will just be handling the transportation of that until evening. It takes a long time to get all that stuff prepared and.
Oh yeah, like they'll just run loads of wagons for you because it's a lot of stuff to move.
So that's what I'm doing until evening.
Yep. Well, the following night is when the cycle show is on because they have to spend this evening, fixing the place up after it spent 3 days abandoned.
Well, the reason I say that is because there's stuff for people to do during the day, and also Anai just went over to her sibling's house.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go over here.
Sure thing.
I'll let Anai do her thing because I need to go to the bathroom, period.
Yeah, it wasn't really much to do there. Just catching Allie up and everything, and making sure she. I keep saying she because
She's fine, but yes, they're they.
Yeah, I keep trying to remember it as a they because the token looks very much like a she.
Yep. Yeah.
Catching them all up on the adventure and the dangers that the family is currently in.
Yeah, when it comes to more serious points of conversation, Ali's going to rummage around in one of Varian's drawers, like a big working desk that he's got. He goes, "Hey, what do you..." "Oh, fine." When he sees that Ali has pulled out like this particularly large crystal decanter full of thick amber liquid.
Yes, you're going to want that for this.
"Oh, this is also for you, because I'm glad that you're back. We're going to get
wonderful.
laddered together."
Sounds
and
good.
they'll pour out a series of shots, and Varian will sit down too, unless you ask him to not be a part of this conversation.
Ali seems like they trust Varian quite a bit, so I think it's probably okay.
Yeah, if they aren't dating, then they're definitely close.
Yeah.
Yeah. Varian will do so, and as well, we'll probably light up a couple of pipes. Ali will pause before he can pass one off to you, reaches into a pouch and sprinkles a little blue into it so that you get to have a pipe that's a little bit spicier than theirs.
Thank you.
No problem, I remembered. I feel like it's probably because of you that I even keep this on me. I don't cast spells most of the time, but, never hurts to have some blue on hand.
It never does.
Yeah. That soothes the rattles. You were surrounded by a lot of magic and stress today.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. You're able to divulge about the potential dangers of cultists. Do you explain your whole soul situation as well?
I think so. Like it's the siblings, right? Like
Yeah.
you don't hold back on them like for this sort of thing. Like I'm a little bit of danger. I'm working on handling it. It's not the greatest situation, but I'm working on solutions.
Is there anything at all that we can do for you? Like, I know that you're probably going to say no because you're traveling with adventurers doing adventure things, and I get it, big danger, but big power and all that kind of thing.
Unfortunately, no. And if there was, I wouldn't want to put you into it. It's bad enough I got dragged into it against my will. I'm not gonna bring any more family into it if I can help it.
Fair enough. Do you have any of Daddy's bank cards? I know that you put them all away when you went to college, but like if you haven't, then I've got a couple I can pass on.
It's alright. I've got plenty to store me over.
All right, if you say so.
I do. And I don't want to somehow misplace one during this adventure.
And fair. It could be quite a bit of havoc, I guess.
Just
I wouldn't have
a
thought
bit.
you'd lose one, but yeah.
Normally I wouldn't, but I'm traveling around with people that have somewhat of stickier fingers in me.
You think your party Khassid would probably, sticky fingers a bank card and spend Blur or like thousands of gold on her cousin Blur?
I wouldn't put it past him. He knows better than to touch my things, but if it's just a card out in the open at some point.
It was
Free
just a
money.
card. It
I
was
get
just a
that.
card out in the open, in my room, in my drawer, under my underwear. Out in the open.
Out in the open. I tripped. I found it. I was busy rifling through your underwear drawer. I didn't even mean to find your bank card. Yeah. Otherwise, He's gonna try and keep you there and get you drunk and probably orders takeout at some point in the evening.
Yeah, that sounds good.
You can see that this is not the first time this has been done in the merchant office. They've probably got like a bin that's just like gradually filling up with takeout boxes from them just like staying late at night and being like, I could go home, or I could order takeout and get drunk.
Yeah. I've been in here a long time crunching numbers. I could either go home or I could do a little bit of takeout here.
Yep.
While we're doing before Well, not before everyone split off because she already had. Poor Cass and everyone splits off. But when they're out of earshots of the manticores, Ralu will open her palm with the necklace. I don't necessarily need this. Loam, you said you had interest with it.
Yes, it would be quite useful for my career, my
Or
profession.
after everything's over, yes.
Yes, I don't intend to laze about. I will just simply probably go back to doing what I was doing.
Does anyone have any objections for me just giving this to Loam?
My. Hmm?
I pretty much would love it.
Would you
Would that
guys
even
like
work
to?
with you? You have like pretty high food requirements.
Every time we're not in a city where there is abundant of food, I am fasting.
Ah.
Hmm.
Yeah,
All
okay, I
these
could see how that would
travels.
be appealing.
Yeah, so
Good.
all these travels and days and weeks out there is
It seems like a temporary. Well, what if you held on to it just for the duration of our adventure and then gave it to Loam afterwards? Because Loam is
I'll
going to
glad
spend the rest of her life, infinite life that she has, wandering the desert.
that I have no problems with.
Does that sound equitable to you, Loam? Once we part ways, you take it with you on your job.
Sure, that would be fine.
All right. Ralu will hand it off to Karin.
Alright. You have a necklace of sustenance whilst you are fate bound to this object. I have bad news. The fate binding requirement involves not eating or drinking for 24 hours or sleeping. Kind of fucking sucks to fate bind to this thing. However, after that, you're A-okay.
Yeah, but it's okay. At least he knows, like, okay, I can do this. This is just meditation.
Yep.
Ascetic meditation time.
Oh, that was my thing. I'm gonna go use the restroom.
Sure, I'm just doing a little page for this. Is there anything else anyone gets up to in town?
Plan was like to do like bathhouses tonight in the evening or something like that, right?
Yeah, scrub down.
Yeah, I'll make sure Ali's. I'll invite Ali to that if they're comfortable to
Yeah,
attend
sure,
all
no
the.
problem. I would love to meet your party members.
No, this is actually perfect timing because the amount of hours ticks over perfectly for me finishing out the Grimoire of Velaris.
You only have an evening.
Yes, but it's 56 hours over minimum of 7 days. I've had it for weeks. It's just
Yeah, I haven't sat down to work on it.
yeah. So I've given it proper time over traveling.
Fair enough. God, I can't remember what was in the grimoire all the way.
Ancient companion written in blood on the silver plates. That the individual who reads this tome, which required 56 hours over a minimum of 7 days, gains the ability to read and write abyssal or primordial.
That was it.
Selective.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah.
Yep, which did you choose, abyssal or primordial?
I would say abyssal in this case.
Okie dokie. Then yeah,
Even
you finish
if
your literacy.
even if my paranoia would have said go primordial, go primordial.
It's fine.
Because
I
I don't
can read
trust the rocks.
I
can
mean,
already read
Primordial is
Primordial for you.
also more useful because we already have people who can speak Abyssal.
Do we have people that can read Abyssal? I think they can just speak it.
No, Mive can speak and read Abyssal.
Oh, well, I've got Read Celestial and Read Primordial.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, honestly, you have a spread of them already, so you can pick either one she just wants to be literate in.
No. Hmm. Oh, okay, that's her paranoia because she doesn't trust the rocks. Primordial.
Fair enough.
She has that ingrained paranoia that don't trust the rocks. There's some motherfucker hidden in the sand. They're elementals.
Is it Read Speak Primordial or just Read Primordial?
Read and write.
Read write, yeah.
Primordial.
So read write.
Yeah, it's not a spoken language, but you have it as a written one. Welcome back.
I shall fill it in.
There you go. And for the burr.
So how's that necklace work with like doing long rests? Is it just like 8 hours?
You still get, you can use, as long as you don't do anything for 8 hours, you get the benefits of a long rest. You just have to be not necessarily immobile, but essentially not doing anything.
Kick up your heels, read a light novel.
Yeah, read a book, meditate. However you want to spend 8 hours doing fuck all.
That's yeah, that's pretty much just what's the name? That's the Karin just sitting down and just watching the sky.
Yep.
Guys,
brain
I think
in
I
sleep
take
mode.
like 3 long rests every day.
I know, right? Life is nothing but long rest. It's why we're so tired all the time. The goat cries like a man. I'm so tired. Ah, goodness. Okay.
You ruined a perfectly good monkey. You gave it anxiety.
Ain't that the fucking truth?
Yep.
God damn. Return
It's
to
fine,
monkey.
chugs pills.
It's fine. Kachish chugs drink.
Yep. I mean, at the moment it is good old citrulline and beta blockers. I block them beta bitches. Alright. Cass.
Hello.
You head to a Valerian chapel.
Yeah.
And yeah, you see that there is a wanted poster up, like, against the pillar on which the chapel's sign rests. You can see it, this sign has been like taken down and put up a great number of times over a number of years. It hasn't been messed with in any recent measure, but yeah, it's got that very, this has been repaired a number of times look to it. It's an old sign that's been up there for a long while. So I'm trying to keep it going in as much of an original shape as it could have been.
Guess marvel at that for a moment and try and find the dude who put it up or keeps it up, I suppose.
Yeah, inside the chapel there is a large altar at the back that is a stone that was maybe once embossed in precious metals. It's been re-embossed, but it's been done so with copper, most likely. It's been burnished and polished to a beautiful sheen, but you know, it's no longer the terribly expensive metal that was once coating the edges of this thing. It has been given a love and affection all the same. There are incense sticks all around that have been lit and left to gently smolder. You're fairly sure that there is some kind of soporific mixture in the incense. It's not powerful enough to make you tired, but you feel a little bit drifty and hazy in its presence as you come through the door and hit like just basically a curtain of this like warm spiced aroma.
Nice.
Yeah, this is definitely a place you could sit and get real danked out in. And indeed, there are a few people who are hiding from the high noon sun indoors, like sipping cups of tea, like off to the side of benches where there'd be a speech going on. Again, if it weren't for the fact it's the middle of high noon. You know from reading the Velarisian bits and bobs that you have found that they typically do a like high stars or sunset vigil. High stars in the winter, sunset in the summer.
Oh, that'd be nice to sit in on. Though I'd miss the show, so maybe tomorrow.
Well, no, tomorrow is when the show is.
Oh,
right now they're fixing the House of Fun up.
Perfect.
And yeah, the priest will look at you strangely for a moment as you enter, as though he's like, "Guys, I swear I recognize you." Like, gets a real like deja vu look to his face when he sees you before he shakes it off.
Oh no, he's met other casts.
Hello there, young man. Welcome.
Hi.
He'll look you up and down again a little bit more. I take it by your attire you're an adventurer?
Yes. Yeah, I'm with
Here
a
to
party, and we saw your sign.
Ah, wonderful news. Goodness knows the Lord of Wishes has a great many things, but for me, I simply have... Well, I know of a few holy sites that I have looked into over my life, and find that now, as the days get a little bit deeper and darker, the dawn's a little bit further away than ever, I would like to find some of these things before all is said and done. Gestures around the chapel. Do you see when you look around this place, young man?
So, Skow, I've been reading some Velarisian texts as well. Could I maybe roll something to try and pull out an answer that would impress him?
Yeah, give me a religion.
Alright, religiosity, here we go. Oh, yeah!
Oh, jeez. Oh, Volition Rice.
Oh, shit, okay.
God damn. Double nat 20s? Fucking hell.
I'm gonna whisper you a thing. Let's see here. And yeah, you do know nice things that you could say about the place, that it is clear it has been maintained by personal effort instead of by simple acts of charity. These are things that he has earned. This home is one that he has earned. As you know, Devil Lord not too keen on people who just want to wish for nothing. Despite it being his joie de vivre as far as many of his followers are concerned, it's not really his style. You are the maker of your own wishes.
Castle kind of say that, but almost dreamlike sort of wander towards that pillar as he's talking. And do a little squat down. And drag a claw beneath some liquid gold inscribed
Liquid
upon the base.
Gold.
What does it say?
Do you read Right Abyssal?
I have... No. I don't even have comprehend languages, which is unfortunate for me.
Yeah, you don't know what it says here. The priest will walk on over behind you. Something catch your eye?
Yeah, just this. If you're asking what I see when I look around.
Well, crouches. Maeve is probably at a bathhouse right now. Yeah. He will crouch down. Well, that wasn't there. Looks almost new. Who did this?
I don't know. I saw an ashen-skinned, tiefling-looking fellow here a second ago.
He does the gesture of valorous and taps his heart a few times for good measure. Third brick. Third brick where? Frown and start looking around.
Follow around and help. So we can...
Yeah, give me an investigate. You probably have a higher score than him. He'll give you advantage.
Probably. Alright, let's give it a shot. Boom.
Yeah. While you're looking around, he'll start at the more obvious spot. The altar. It's been maintained a great many times, and one of the bricks here is not as firmly mortared into the ground as some of the other ones are. As though the edges of it have all been sort of worn away where there was once mortar. Except it's weird that it's all seem to have crumbled down all at the same time. Maybe someone dug it away on purpose. Vandalism too.
I don't think it was just there to point out vandalism. Do you mind if I just...
Be my guest.
Castle squat down and try and jimmy it out.
Yeah, the brick is quite weighty. You realize it's not the normal depth of like a brick as we know it. It is more like a fucking... God, maybe a meter deep slab. As you try and jimmy this free, almost like crush your fingertips as you like wobble it in its mortar mounting, and it takes the two of you some considerable effort to lift this thing, sliding it out of the ground like some kind of immense key. But when you do so, you find that there is like a recess beneath here. There are no basements in Vittoria's Dream. There's just a well-known fact. There are none because you're on an oasis. It would be unbelievably foolish. But there are abscesses and voids under some of the buildings that have quite a lot of like concrete foundationing. Well, not necessarily concrete, but they have foundations at the very least. Otherwise, very uneven ground. A big storm would happen and ruin it. This place has been here for a long time. Where you would expect to find like a solid foundation underneath this abscess, instead, you catch the shimmering reflection of gold. There is a precious metal of some kind down there. Although the dim light of the chapel doesn't reach, a meter odd down into a hole.
Oh. Something's hidden in here.
I'll try my best to depict it as drawn. That there is where the brick would have been. There is an abscess like that. And is shining gold across the bottom.
Yeah, I am gonna send Catsock in.
Yeah, Kiara will noodle on down and drops down with a little paws, do a skitter, and you can hear that she's landed on metal by the way little tickle tacks on her toes. And by how when she turns around and tries to turn around, sort of skids a little bit on the metal, trying not to dig her claws into what is ostensibly gold, and it would be very easy for soft claws to ruin gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, you looking through her peepers?
Yeah.
All right. you can see underneath here in this abscess, the gold is a series of engravings that looks an awful lot like a map.
Cass is just gonna like take out his notebook and flip to a blank page and look back through Kiro's eyes and start trying to copy it down because I don't really want to break this dude's whole ass altar.
That is a difficult test. When you start doing that, you have a hard time. But you do happen to have someone else here. He'll go, 1 second, and steps away into a little side room, presumably where his bed and stuff is, and comes back with a larger roll of parchment and some charcoal. Is your familiar capable of... does a rubbing motion?
Yeah, she's got little hands.
Yeah, it would probably be easier if the map is embossed. It could be picked up as a relief instead of trying to draw it.
Yeah, just be careful with your claws, Kiro. Yeah, Cass will like pass that stuff in. Oh.
Yep. And then she will go about scribing this out. It takes a good 30 minutes. It's not easy work for her. But she does eventually manage to do so. And although it means nothing to you right now, it is clearly the layout of some kind of town center with a series of buildings to it. And there is one point in this town center where maybe a star would be pointed, like a very much like a... we'd know it as the Cenetrain or the Arcane 5-pointed star.
Mm-hmm.
Has been depicted in one particular spot on this city map. I'm not going to pull it up for you right now and say it just doesn't... it just looks like a city map outline, but you don't know where or see where that is. But yeah. Well, I dare say that might well be one of where one of the Wish Granter's relics are.
Well. So, you got the job?
Yes, I dare say so. Goodness me.
One of my, partners is a pretty damn good cartographer. Perhaps she could make some better sense of this map, kind of figure out where it might be.
Perhaps, yes. I imagine if it's a town, I don't think there's much topography on this, is there?
Yeah, not so much.
Do you know the location of any particular ruins? Large structures?
I mean, we know where the old Valoresian capital is.
Could this perhaps be the capital square?
I mean, that would make sense.
It looks large enough. That star there is where an altar probably would have been, or not necessarily a chapel, but a wishing well, a fountain.
Yeah.
Could be. If you know the location of the capital, then maybe this is a city map. Or at least the central section of a city map.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. Let's maybe if we can find some other old maps to kind of compare to. So...
I don't have many, but I can certainly pull up a couple.
Yeah. Maybe piece together, or at least make sure it is like a Valoresian city.
It's certainly shaped like one. It's very consistently, and you'll point at a couple of sections, quite deep arches, and you can see a lot of the buildings here are flat and make descents into the earth here. A lot of Valoresian structures were underground, quite literally. partially as a way to hide from the skies, and well, mostly because there was a lot more forgiving land underneath than there was above. A lot moister in a lot of places.
Makes sense.
Yes, this looks like that could very well be an above ground section. You see how none of the buildings here are tall?
Mm-hmm.
That would mean that these are more like lobbies that you would have over grand staircases.
Yeah, so it probably goes way down, because the city with that big of a square, but there's not enough room for all the people that go in it, so it's got to be down there.
Their Valorisian ruins are quite dangerous to delve into, simply by risk of collapse. A place that exists entirely underground at all times needs regular maintenance. This chapel is designed after their underground ones, why there's so many pillars here. Gesture at the large number of concentric pillars. Coincidentally, very similar style to in the Darkest Dungeon game.
Oh no.
Like, you remember they had the concentric pillars in their chapels?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. A lot of these, although they're artistic affectations up here, are necessary parts of the structure beneath. A lot of them are based on that, sort of carried on into modern day.
Right, the practical became aesthetic.
Exactly. There's no need to hold up the earth itself. Just a roof. You can do that with gestures that just like... In fact, I don't even think I need any pillars to hold up the roof here. It's not large enough of a chapel, but obviously they're all present regardless.
Kaz will nod along. Okay, yeah, I'm convinced.
As am I. Goodness. Well then, if you would give me the time, I can put together a group of archaeologists.
I think we're leaving the day after tomorrow? It's not super urgent if you need a little more time than that.
I would need weeks to get together a team. Perhaps instead I could request you do a preliminary check.
Yeah, that'd be fine. We can swing by there and then on our way back to, like, from where we're going eventually, pick you up and take your team there?
That would be perfect, yes.
Thumbs up. Alright, so what exactly are you looking for there? Or is it just, like, any and all relics?
I would like to say any and all, but there should be old pieces of... they'd look like golden cups. Whenever, back in the day, the Lord of Wishes granted such a wish, the wish would be contained within a golden receptacle, which would then shatter, break into pieces. And he'll just gesture at one of the pillars. You can see such a scene has been inscribed as like a god holding down a hand, drops of rain falling from fingertips to fill up a goblet in a man's hands. Say man, in a tiefling's hands, you can see by horns. There should be fragments of these cups out there, but I've never yet seen one. I don't doubt that there's very little magic left to them, especially after so long. Lost and forgotten. And with a general millennia's long weakening in the faith. But still.
Well, yeah, if you're gonna find any, the capital makes the most sense.
Indeed. Oh, my voice is absolutely going on me. I blame the spring.
A cursed spring, and your plant come.
It has sprung on me. It's sprung all over and it's so sticky.
Oh God.
I do find it hilarious. I was like, oh, the 1,000 years of weakening the faith, and then we're just like, oh, let's do some timey-wimey bullshit and super empower him again. And now
Yeah,
we're getting to
Velaris
become
is
even
now
strong.
quite powerful again. The numbers of his faithful have waned over a very long period of time. Regardless of how strong Velaris himself has gotten, his faith is one of the more declined ones.
Arguably, reasonably
Yes,
so, given, he's not
Oh
exactly
yeah, he
been,
never wanted to really be a god in the first place.
then, let's be honest, in the Velarisian, phase, as we've learned it, he's not been taking care of them especially greatly.
No,
well,
he
then
did not like
understandably
them.
why. It's also understandably why, because well, I have to go suck toes.
Yeah,
I don't know
he
what he's
really
fucking
did, though.
complaining about.
Frankly, essentially what he had to do was, debase himself, and probably being treated like a god for doing something like that only smacked of deeper, more disquieting irony every single time. Yeah, no, he didn't.
Yeah.
He was not best pleased with the fact that he had followers. Even more so followers who just thought he would grant them wishes as well. It's a very self-centered society. It's very hard. So yeah, no, he was a dick to his people, but they also probably, to some degree, didn't warrant treating him like a god in the first place and expecting something.
Yeah.
It's like the asking for forgiveness instead of permission of faiths. It still doesn't leave a good taste in your mouth afterwards. Yeah, okay. So, after doing so, he will, offer to pay you for your services, of course.
Yeah. How much we talking about?
100 gold for every archaeologically viable piece you bring to me.
Nice.
Excellent. And then, yeah. He would, as you might expect, go and draw up a contract, because he is a Velarisian. He will draw a contract up for this and hand it over to you after signing it.
Cass will review it to make sure it's, all legit, but it expects as much. Still, it wouldn't surprise Cass if, the Velarisian clergy, intentionally try to screw you, just like the Lord himself often does. So
Yeah, it's that the reverse concept of the obligation of service. I'm expected to do this for the good of you. He is expected to put this contract together to tease you out a little bit of cash.
That's why you should have Mive with you whenever you're signing documents. She has statecraft.
This is true. You can give me a raw int, though.
Yeah, that's fine. I got Catsock helping me. She's very well educated. Don't you know?
The Catsock.
Oh, look at it.
He
Didn't even need it.
Yeah, I guess all this Velarisian reading and learning has been just absolutely rubbing off on you. Yeah, you spot a clause in there that would permit him, essentially some ownership rights of certain bits and pieces of, archaeological recovery that you'd rather weren't. He doesn't mind, even as you get a pen and then just put a line out through that. You just cross that out and then do your signature.
Yeah.
Ah, you got me.
Yeah, quite literally. Yeah. Check any rental agreement with a car or apartment or anything. You just fucking strike a line through something you think is bullshit. Put your initial and the date next to it when you do the signing, and that is legitimate. They can choose to then not accept a contract, but if they do, then they have accepted it by the terms that you have joint set. That's real life law. Enjoy.
Yeah, you can check that for a lot of Americans that they don't give a shit about the car system there. You can
really get away with that.
Yeah, I have a buddy of mine down there, both in Florida, Iowa, and fucking New Jersey, of all fucking places.
Hey, I'm walking here.
Yeah.
In Jersey?
Jersey.
Yeah, actual Jersey. Actual Jersey.
Wow, Jersey.
And I'm walking here. It's New York.
That's New Yorker. It's fine. They're all the same. They're all the same.
Oh, that's
I don't care how mad it makes them. friggin' hated New York City. I hated every breath I took there.
What?
I hated every person I met. It was a miserable experience.
So does everybody who ever
Yeah.
goes to New York City.
I have never been yelled at more by strangers in my life in a big city than when I went to New York and having people following me around and yapping. It was such an annoying experience.
Man, you need to go to a better place than New York, Jesus. Every time
I
I've
was
been
in
there, it's been
Midtown.
amazing.
I was in Midtown. I was where, like, I was actually in the hotel where that CEO got shot. Like, a year beforehand. Yeah. No, it was a nice thing, but people are just following around and yapping and yelling. The only funny thing I found, like, I like the restaurants, but the only funny thing that I ever saw when I was walking the street was this one lady walked by. This guy called out to her. She stops, and her face transforms into, like, the Balkan stone carving of Satan and goes, "I don't know you!" And it just keeps walking.
Nice.
Okay, then.
Amazing.
Anyway.
Okay. Anyway. Yeah, after signing your contract, he will make sure you have a second copy of it.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure doing business with you.
Same. How late in the day is it now, Skow?
You've probably only been there for like, what, an hour?
I mean,
Well,
it's
it took a time to get.
Yeah, Cat's probably been in the temple for an hour.
it was like 1 when we left.
Yeah,
So-
it was high noon when you stepped out.
Okay.
Did your business. So right now it's probably like 3 p.m.
Okay. Yeah, Cass will tuck the contract into his coat. I'll probably be back for the sunset vigil.
Ah, excellent.
Hello.
It'd be a pleasure to have you. Oh, hello there, miss.
Cass like starts to turn around, just face plants into chest. Poof. Oh, hi, Karin.
Oof, there you are. Hey.
Hello.
Yes. You checking in on the wanted thingamabob?
Yeah, I just finished.
Oh. Oh, cool. What's that? Valerian relics.
Yeah, it's
Right.
pretty much on our way. I do some.
Oh, it just holds up the
archaeology.
fuck. Holds up the. Yeah, holds up the fuck. I finished this, so.
Oh yeah, speaking of
Holds up the
relics.
grimoire of. Yeah, grimoire of Valoris.
You're saying that loud enough that this dude can hear you?
Yeah, he's holding out like to
Yeah,
him.
I'm
to get some money out
I'm
of this.
literally like.
Oh, you're holding it out to him? Oh.
No, I'm within like 2 meters of it. Fucking damn.
Well, I mean, he's not like leaning over into your conversation. Like he's not actively listening to you. So you'd have to say it like quite specifically to draw his attention. And he's just like, okay, and then I will see you at sundown. And then you bump into a friend. He, like probably casts a glance your way and gives you a smile, but he's not listening to your conversation when you start it. That's rude.
Okay. Oh yeah, no, I'm just telling Catherine I finished the grimoire of Valoris, so. I don't know if that. I'm asking if that's supposed to be a relic or thingamabob.
It most certainly is a holy relic.
You can ask, the priest, whose name Cass totally would have gotten over the last hour, but.
He is Belkist Valar.
You can ask Belquist over there.
Hey, Bell!
Oh, come on.
Please don't shout in the chapel, but yes.
Is this grimoire of Valoris a relic?
Keep your voice down, good God.
It probably is. It looks to Cass like this is one of your friends, yes?
Yeah. Sorry, she's very large and very loud.
Understandable.
I'm currently going on a meditative thing, so I need to keep energy going. So, sorry.
Okay.
Apologies.
Apologies accepted.
Uh,
Yes, this looks to be. Might I take a closer look?
Yeah, sure. Go right ahead.
And yeah. Belkest will take the grimoire and flip it over and turn it and check it. And trails a fingertip across the embossing and gives it a quick open and a rifle through. I'll be damned. Yes, this would qualify as a relic. 1 second. And he will go out and probably gives 200 gold instead of 100, if only for the fact that this is more than a minor relic, as was stipulated in the contract. I'd hate to feel like I was an Owens.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
Is Karin just pocketing that?
Well, if Cass is the one in front taking it. So...
Oh no, you're the one who came with the book. He definitely comes to you with the coinage. It's on behalf of your companion's contract, but you brought it to me.
Yeah. Very well. For splitting up for the group later.
Okay.
Well, this is profitable. You work fast.
Service with a smile.
And he will give you a smile and a nod of his own. And yeah, similarly, I haven't looked through your party loot in a hot minute, but if you have any other Valyrian relics, he'll pay you for them.
Yeah, that's it. I think we have a item. One of the, let's see, costing. Yeah, Medallion of Wishes. DC +1.
Let's see here.
Yeah, +1 DC. Valorous Medallion of Wishes, like a religious cost to implement.
Would you like that? Because we don't need it.
Sure. And yeah, that's not a minor relic. He'll give you another 200.
Hell
we
yeah.
do have a legendary magic item that is probably Valyrian here, but I don't think we should give it to him.
Which one is that?
What?
The Ring of Devil's Wishes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we should hand that over, no.
The Ring of Devil's
Wishes. Are you
Wishes,
sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we shouldn't do that.
The ring of Skeleportation?
Yeah, no.
I mean, honestly, what the fuck else are we going to do with it? As long as we tell him what it does.
We could disenchant it from Residium.
We have a lot
of
of
or we could give it back to the church.
It's legendary. We cannot do that.
Oh, you're right. It's legendary. You're right.
Yeah, actually,
you're
that
right.
is true.
My bad.
What we need is to have a chat with actual gods to have the Oni mask disenchanted.
But until that point, Devil Ring, though.
I do not think I have the money to pay what this is worth. Wherever did you find this?
Castle, just sit down and tell him the story of the skeleported man.
He looks aghast at that. Gods.
Yeah, it's pretty dangerous. I'll be honest, there's nothing we can do with it, and I'd rather it not just be wandering around working, it's just stolen off our ship.
You know, we can just give it back to Valorous next time we see him.
And I guess we could do that, but like...
Yeah.
I suspect he'd just put it out there into the world.
Maybe we can ask
him
to turn it into
You can just ask. I don't suspect he'll respond to such a thing.
I don't know. I mean, like, if you're collecting Valyrian relics, as long as you're not, like, letting people put them on and skeleport themselves.
Yes, of course.
The heck else are we gonna do with it?
I mean, yeah, maybe it was made. It could also been made during a time of when he was, not a happy chap.
Is that like all of the time though?
No, I don't know. He was, he was, he
like a
was
nice
chill as
guy,
hell.
but...
Yeah, I know. Maybe he had a bad day, and it was like, you wake up on the wrong side of bed, and everything just, and you go to the pinky toe the first thing in the morning, and just the whole day is ruined. And you just make a freaking ring like that, fuck this this entire Monday kind of bullshit. It puts it in the ring, and then like, there, I took out my pent-up anger.
Cass just sort of waves his hands like, I don't know.
Belka will look at the ring. It was unlikely to have been made by the Lord himself. It would have been made by one of his faithful and acting in his interests.
Well,
or whatever they perceive their interest to be.
To hell with that one guy in particular.
I mean, as it stands, the ring is useful, isn't it? It's a ring of teleportation, short range as it is.
Yeah, for your skeleton. Anyway.
Frowns. I don't think it actually... Surely it doesn't actually teleport. Nothing I can tell that says as much.
It totally teleported.
Well, you should have... Yes, I did the autopsy myself, but... all his bones...
he's just a meat bag.
Tissues. Was literally just a sack of meat and skin. And organs.
I will have to look into this, I suppose.
Well,
quite a terrifying thing you've granted me.
If nothing else, we can leave it with you and you can meditate upon it, because you are the first Belarusian cleric we've seen in, like, ever.
In ever? Oh, and you've definitely seen plenty of us.
Huh.
I'm just one of a few who happen to have a chapel.
Sure, let's go with that. Anyway, having a chapel means it's harder for it to get, pawned by some pickpocket.
Very true.
Ooh, well, then gets teleported.
Rubs a fond hand across his altar. Interesting indeed. Well, I thank you very much for this. I say, I don't think I have enough money to give you what this is worth. How about a service instead? I am a caster of the divine myself.
Sure.
Let me pull up the old Book of Spells. See if there's anything that would be useful for him to grant you. Yeah, it's 2.4. Divine list.
Could he give us a hallow? He's like a scroll of hallow or something like that? He's probably not that strong. Or legend lore. Legend lore might be something we could actually get from him. And that's 5th level too.
That's also 5th level. He can do you a 4th circle scroll or 2.
Alright, let's take a look what you got here then.
Scroll of Death Lord.
Let's see here.
Like, what's his
4th level spells?
Okay.
4th level divine is his limit, and he can do you 2 scrolls in 4th.
I mean, Death Ward.
Maybe divination? That might be a good thing.
Freedom of movement.
Oh.
Has come in surprising use in a great many situations.
Actually,
you days immobilize, paralyze, and restrain.
Yeah, I mean, it's alright, but it's the sort of thing you'd probably just have prepared anyway, knowing you.
No, I don't have access to that spell.
I mean, not yet, but you will.
Yeah, but you will hear, like, after we level up next.
Yeah, literally next...
Oh, that would be... Yeah, I mean, Death Ward is definitely gonna be on that fucking list.
And you're a life cleric, aren't you?
I mean, it's on the divine list, so it's on your list regardless.
Well, yeah, but it might be one of those spells you.
She always has prepared.
Yeah,
Yeah,
shown.
it is literally always prepared. R of Purity and Death Ward are always prepared for you.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think, honestly, like, Divination might be the most useful, because...
That's what I'm thinking.
Let's see here.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, you're gonna, and that means you're making divinations to Velorus, the lawful god, so you'd probably get pretty fucking flat answers.
Yeah, and he tends to like us.
Well, I will say this though: minor regeneration. It's not exactly the shittiest spell.
No,
I will say this.
not.
That's fucking tasty.
That does add up quite a bit, but
again, I feel like that's one of the things you're probably just gonna have prepped yourself anyway.
Yeah, like it's something you're just gonna have at the tips of your fingers every single day.
And knowing you. So yeah, like divination is one of those things that we're not gonna need very often, and probably wouldn't have prepared much at all. So.
Well, you could think have in your back pocket for when you do need it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think a couple of
you can add on them to 4th Circle Scrolls of Divinations, which is Velorisian, which means you will get your responses to this divination in the Velorisian style, which in this case is probably going to be like legal excerpts, which would be quite funny.
Alright, writing it down.
Okay then, let's see here. On the other side of town, probably just roaming around to the city centre. Loam, you went looking for real fancy smokes and drink?
Yeah, something I can bring back to Mr. Big.
Ooh, okay. When you are looking around, there's definitely a number of people who provide for just people living in the town, or maybe the odd traveling adventurer, but you're looking for that primo shit. The best place to get that is in a high-class club. Sort of like those ones where, like government or state officials happen to have like a pub that they sponsor. They go there and drink and they bring their friends and host their events. There is a high-class club there where that kind of thing occurs, where you would be able to acquire the finest cigars and liquor.
Nice, nice.
Let's see here. While you are there... roll me a d20.
A d20?
Uh-huh.
That's not a d20. That was a d100.
Holy shit. It's a real deep d20 right there. Goodness. Okay, a 9. Yeah, it doesn't look like anyone of major importance is currently there at the club while you were going and collecting. But you do recognize at least one or two of the rich merchants that you saw at the ship race. And they'll wave you over and try and get you to join them for drinking.
All right.
Yeah. They will have a nice time. Try and figure out what you're doing in town. See if you're going to hang around and see the sights. And then one of them's like, oh, wait, are you the adventurers that opened up the House of Fun? Oh, how wonderful. Word travels fast around these parts.
Well, that's good. I hope it's good gossip.
I mean, it certainly makes for good gossip. Even more so now, knowing that you're one of the ones. Especially since we can say we've been on your ship. You are an auspicious party.
An auspicious party.
An auspicious party throwing auspicious parties. Yeah, they will make sure that you are able to get thoroughly liquored up for free. And we'll also help you select the finest of the smokables and liquors when you're like, yeah, I've got a boyfriend I want to get some stuff for. And, like, do you know what his tastes are?
Well, he's quite large. He's a very big man. He's so
That gets a couple of looks. One person gets elbowed as a result.
He's extremely tall, so.
Oh, like that, of course.
Something that he would be more comfortable having.
Strong and rustic as opposed to dainty.
Yes.
Okay, we can certainly hook you up with that. And yeah, if you're willing to part with 25 gold, they will hook you up with a little humidor box of large stogies.
Nice.
And a couple of, like, they are glass bottles of like strong scotch, except they are contained inside metal tins, so they can, be traveled around without breaking themselves to pieces.
Oh, good.
I'm sure those of us who drink nice liquors on the occasion know those, like, big, like the tin sleeves that have like whiskey bottles and stuff in them.
Well,
yeah, padding inside.
Mm-hmm. Some of them are even unpadded. They're just bottles chilling loose inside the sleeve. I always found that weird.
Yeah, that's mostly to protect from smaller things that can crack glass. But
yeah, I've noticed the ones with no
still.
padding happen to be card, so I guess it's just because that's a softer buffer. But regardless.
Or if you get in a wooden box.
I mean, that's lovely.
I'll spend a bit more for something for myself as well.
Yeah. There is probably like a brand of smoke that you're quite familiar with because it's like how best to put it, the ship captain blend. It's this really like strong coarse fiber one that most people who are just like at travel on the sea is like a very nostalgic aroma about it. So they will probably recommend you towards a few pouches of that particular brand of tobacco and give you your own leaves to roll it up in.
All right.
Man. I've seen Snoop roll a log. It's like
yeah, I've seen a clip of someone trying to time him rolling a blunt, and he rolled it before they'd finished counting down to do the time. It was so fucking funny.
It'd be like, I'll start the timer. Like, I'm already done. But it's like,
I'm already done, man.
I was done,
yeah, he was so good.
God, that Snoop's fucking hardcore.
I do have on my sheet. Let's see, where is it? One parcel of extra dank dragon grass still. I haven't touched that yet.
One parcel? You mean one stogie of dragon grass? From Mr. Big.
Yep. Oh my god, here you go. The clip is like a couple of seconds long. It's so abrupt.
Yeah, that's the one. Oh man, this is so fucking good.
Just the shock on his
Jesus.
face. No, he's done. It's so quick. The man is a champion at rolling. Yeah, they aren't Snoop fast as they roll them up for you, but they do a pretty good practiced hand. This is obviously a club where smoking and drinking is popular.
Nice. Perfect.
Yeah. You've got a nice collection of stogies of your own, as well as a nice humidor box and a couple of containers for scotch. Mr. Big. How lovely. And yeah, is it just like the party has been rubbing off on you? Like, it's kind of weird for you to be in the presence of like a bunch of merchants and folk in a high class club. You seem to have taken to it a lot better this time.
Yeah, maybe being around other people.
Yeah, if they're all rubbing off on you.
Specifically these kinds of other people.
Yeah, the very extroverted individuals in many cases.
Oh, don't worry. We'll get you all dressed up in pretty fancy merchant clothes yet.
Yeah.
Please no.
Silks and veils, making everyone laugh with your just jokes and little tales to tell. They'll throw pinkies up while they laugh and giggle. Ha 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 ha.
I don't have the charisma for that.
No, don't worry. I don't think anyone does. The mental energy, the wherewithal for that. But yeah. After an evening of your respective choices for getting crunk and having food, Anai and Loam both, I might ask for let's say a Constitution saving throw, because the people who are with you in both instances are trying to get you both completely slattered.
Oh yeah, I figured. So Constitution saving throw.
Yep.
All
right, you keep your liquor surprisingly well. Clearly, it's the blue. It keeps you sharp. It keeps you keen.
Yep.
How about one for Loam?
That Craig Ferguson quote. Cocaine was a drug we did to drink more.
Holy shit. Your party really does rub off on you. They are incapable of drinking you under the table. You are putting away whatever, they were like, oh, try this next, try this. They're taking you through the entire drinks menu, and you are still standing by the evening.
Somehow the two people the worst Constitution scores.
Yeah. You guys have both terrible constitutions, and you don't tend to just seclude yourself in a corner to get shit housed, and yet both of you do that successfully. The rest of the party is probably home before you by the time that Loman and I are wobbling home at 3 a.m. or something, just licking off their tits and smoking pipes.
At least it's not like the whiskey experience. You're sitting down and be like, well, I'm only 12 glasses in there. I'm way okay.
Yeah,
Stand
one.
up.
Oh god, yeah, straight like me that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You stand up and then you just hear fucking the free bird as you're going down.
I mean, the plan was for late evening for the entire party to get back up at a bathhouse or something.
I mean, the plan was for the party to distract because you guys haven't told Ralu that you changed plans.
Yeah, so Ralu's still down for Operation Distract People with Milkies. Ralu, you just have to have faith that your party is on it. You don't see any of them around, which just shows that they are so fucking sneaky.
Well, but are the potions from Alchemist Snake done by evening time?
Yes, she has indeed put together her wicked, incredible brain power, her fierce alchemical might, and provided with you some bottles of Milky Moo.
Well, there's also one for Cass, too. Cass asked for one.
That is also true. There is one for Cass.
Oh, yeah, we'll have to tell
Out of character. I'm slightly confused. To which plan did we switch? Not problem.
Oh, it's the case where they just gave them a fake book straight away. Ralu thinks that they gave her the real book and are going to swap them out.
Okay.
Yeah,
Ralu's still expecting a grand larceny to occur when it doesn't even need to, but
yeah, because
she would have ruined it.
With,
yeah, she can't lie.
Keeping a poker face, so we decided
we told her the wrong plan as a joke.
Yeah, we told her the wrong plan. So that she didn't have to worry.
Yeah, it's also like she spent a bunch of the reward money on food and drink.
It's okay.
Raleigh's going to do a great job distracting them, and then Cass will turn up late to the party with his wives because he's totally been out thieving and stuff. Instead, he's just been sitting in church like a good boy where he goes to an orgy.
Bitch. Oh my god, fucking Anai and Loam went out and got fucking trashed, and you went to church.
What the
I know, it's fucked up.
Fuck?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we'll have to send word to Maria to get water breathing potions ready. How much were they a piece? 10 gold?
Water breathing potions aren't. How are they only 10 gold? It's 50 gold for
last time we got
potions.
them.
It's 100 gold for resistance potions.
Last time we got them, Skow only charged us 10 gold a pop.
That's because
she's just happy to crank out a couple of them. As aforementioned, they're water breathing. They do not let you cast underwater, but it's because they were real bog standard. It's basically just potion of scuba tank.
Yeah, pretty much.
So yeah, if you don't want anything complicated, she will give you water breathing potions, no problem.
Good enough for me.
Yeah.
How How much more expensive is the one that allows you to cast underwater?
Probably like 250 gold. If you want to be able to like fight and act and be an adventurer underwater, then take an awful lot more. But so far as you guys know, you just have to swim to get to a place or to a thing.
Yeah, so before you spend like 250 gold, the last time we went through the puzzle block thing, there wasn't like underwater fighting on the other side. It was just a place with air.
I can't wait until Skow makes it underwater fighting on the other side just to make you look like a goof.
That does sound like a thing she would do.
I would never. Okay, I would, but I don't plan to.
She lies.
Hey guys, I think we need to upgrade. Hey guys, I think we need to upgrade this ship. Internal skull screaming.
Tug's collar. No, I don't really like underwater combat much. I don't have it prepped. I have something else for that one. And it may or may not be weird and clockwork. Little teaser for next session. But let us see here. Is there anything else anyone does this night besides get completely hosed?
Yeah, I mean, other than like get the alley and meeting the party and everything like that, that's pretty much all my thing was doing.
Yeah, excellent. All right then. And yeah, everyone is surprised when like Loam is the last one to turn up. They're like, I assumed you'd gone home and to bed. Nah. Shocked Maiev looks at you. Business nothing. You are trashed.
It's been a long time.
Me kind of just gets up a fucking torch and sees it just lights up even more. The closer it gets to Loam. Jesus Christ.
Seems you had a good evening.
Yeah, you could say that.
Good.
Ralu's still busy.
Yeah. And presumably
No,
Cass is also Cass is also busy.
There'll be some packages coming for me.
Nice.
Yeah.
No.
And then Anai speaks at the same time as Loam, and the fucking torch just gets even brighter. Like, wow, you fucking both been drinking. What the hell?
Yeah, it's reuniting with family, telling them all about everything that's going on, you know. You need a little bit of alcohol for it.
I was shopping around for presents for
your
Mr.
boyfriend.
Yes.
Aw, nice. I approve. He's a good dude.
Them.
For Ken.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Kenneth, Mr. Big Kabir. Who still had one of my favorite dumb combinations of legendary actions to attack. Stomp.
Command grab.
Stomp! Command grab combo. It's just such a silly fucking selection of abilities.
Yeah, like, he got it off once, but goddamn.
Well, yeah, because it takes like 5 legendary actions to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's because at that level, that was a considerable amount of your health to do that, so it took a lot of steps.
Yeah.
He did do this one quite a few times on you guys. Javelin!
Like, it's like that combo finish wouldn't quite knock me out, but it would put me down to 1, I think? No, a little bit higher than 1. It put me down to like 5 HP.
Yeah. It's a spicy one, and it would have knocked you out quite comfortably in the arena at that level. I think you were 2 levels lower by then, right?
Something like that, yeah.
It's been a while.
Even 2 levels ago, this still fucking hurts when he hits.
Oh yeah, no, he's still Kenneth Big, a fucking unit. I should see what he scales up to with the extra dice. Was that a nice smooth 6d6 plus 10 instead? Sorry, no, it's a 6d6 plus 12. It's a good one. It's a fun one. Anyway, if that is all you do of that particular combination of evenings. Ralu, you are consumed from... The halls are occupied, both giving and receiving. It is a raucous orgy. It is probably around 2 in the morning when there are like just various like legionary captains just like going around like clapping a wooden spoon to a metal pot, going, "Come on, time to go to fucking bed. We've got a long march in the morning."
Listen, Ralu isn't able to get preggers, but how many legionnaires weren't as strict as Ralu is about her contraceptives? Is the question.
Why are Cass and Ralu making it their god's honest job to impregnate the entire legion? This was...
Both of you give me Constitution saves, please.
My
This
God.
was... Why? Admittedly, I asked last time.
Oops.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
I don't have bless on.
You don't have blast. It's 17. Okay, no,
That's fine.
thankfully it doesn't look like either of you were knocking them up this time.
Hold on, wait for it. I have an inspo in the tank.
All right.
Is Ralu not as a knight?
Hey, Lamau.
No, it's a 17, not a 19.
I could
have
spend
bless.
my inspiration because I'm gonna get more.
Wait.
Nope. What do you mean? Wait. There's nothing else I can do.
No,
Cass is leaving so
No,
many
still have
bad
to-
cats in his wake. He succeeded
Okay,
last time, too.
roll- Yeah, roll me 2d6.
Oh, boy. 6.
All right, there are 6 new pregnant MILFs out there.
Yay, good job, Cass.
High
Cass
five.
doing his
Oh, wait,
should,
hold
sowing
on.
his
I mean,
noble
Mive's there,
cassoid
too.
seed.
Is she on any?
Mive was probably there for a couple of hours, and no, she, unlike you two goons, does in fact use contraceptives in both returns. She heck, when Ralu got pregnant, she was like, "I'm gonna take like stuff in case I get butt pregnant. I don't even give a fuck." She drinks the tea now. She's that afraid.
Yeah, that's smart. Cass, however, is like, "I'm a boy. It's not my responsibility."
Yep.
Oh my god.
Okay,
Oh
then.
my god! Only sailors wear condoms.
Oh no.
Exactly.
Well, they bloody should, traveling from port to port like that. Yeah, no, you're just a bard doing what bards do. Getting a bunch of soldiers pregnant.
Listen, that's what happened to me.
Yep. You got barded on, you got bard squared. Yeah. You know, like, quite literally, Mive uses normal contraceptives and also drinks the tea just in case somehow she faces something that might get her pregnant.
Just in case Damsa decides to go for the back door.
Yeah. She's just afraid. She doesn't want to have a bar baby. She's still, like, mentally scarred from the time she ate, like a 2-foot kielbasa full of chili.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Alright. Carla would go to you guys in the evening, but, like, it is fucking... The morning is on its way by the time the whole party is present, so she's probably already gone to bed in the box. And she has the bed to herself since you guys were so occupied that night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is nice. You got to sleep in a magical double bed covered in rose petals. How very charming. It's like when you go to a really fancy... it's like when you go to a really fancy hotel and you're like, I'm too fancy for this. I'm not fancy enough for this place. I'm a fucking slob. But then you lay out on the bed anyway. You're like, alright, fine, fuck it. Maybe only me that had that experience. Whatever.
I just never make my bed, so.
Yeah, that's why you do it at a hotel.
Again.
I'm talking about like where I've gone to a very rich hotel and then laid down across it and went, I am way too much of a schmuck to be in something this rich and expensive, and then, you know, then again, and then just completely fucking wreck the place immediately.
Yeah, see, I haven't had that experience.
I got...
I've never stayed at that nice of a place.
Yeah, no.
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh, I
I got
recommend
that
it.
feeling. Yes, I got that feeling when I flew fucking first class in Asia. They'd be like, I should not be here. This feels so wrong.
And with the size of you, they probably thought that you were some kind of mountain god who'd come down anyway.
I'm literal Jotun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, here's the thing. Everyone thought I was American. Basketball,
Yeah,
basketball, yes.
basketball. Yeah. Everyone just says basketball player. That's all they know.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Okay. So, come the morning, Carla's going to go around from room to room after having climbed out of the box. She is eating food that appears to have been pilfered from somewhere.
Yeah, makes sense.
And goes around giving each of you 2 potions of healing.
Oh,
Cool.
What even?
2 ether potions.
oh.
What levels are these, by the way? Or does it matter?
They're all first circle and first Vit one. All basic, but it's 2 of each for each of you, which is quite a lot of them.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
super nice.
For everyone?
Yep. You will get them.
Cool.
And I did tell you, Winter, to go and get resist pots. Did you mark those down?
Yes, I did.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah. I happen to acquire these from some stocks in a place.
Cool, cool.
Very pleasant.
Do I have any reason to use ether potions?
Literally
Do you
no.
have any spells?
No, you don't have any spells.
No, I don't.
Then
Yeah, I
no,
happen to
no,
have
yeah.
them. You never know when you might need some kind of emergency magical juice. I bet it happens.
Yeah.
Or if only just so you can feed it to your wizard in an emergency.
That's the real reason.
That's probably true.
Anyway,
I can take a lot more hits than her.
so what's your plan with me, I suppose I should say? I can hardly just, hide on your ship the entire time.
You were gonna take us down the puzzle box
The
place.
puzzle box, yes.
See,
Of course. Alright. Did you get your water potions then?
We did, yeah.
Wow, that noodle does turn them around quick. Okay.
Isn't
Hopefully
the
this
Lord
is
helping us for nothing?
after we've confirmed that the manticores are gone through the spyglass.
Oh yeah, they packed up
having
at
this
first light. It takes them a
conversation.
long time to get moving as a result of last night. But they do
Just-
get moving again.
Tummy's full of milkies. It's understandable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we'll be doing this actual good diving in the evening because, again, be yelled at for going into drinking water.
yeah. So we're gonna go to the circus and then go be the circus later.
Yeah, fair enough.
Leaves us the rest of the day to just kind of fuck around down.
Yeah. And if
I
you
am not
want
getting
to...
my face painted.
You're not getting your face painted? Oh, neither do I. I'm allergic to cheap face paints. So that's, as you might expect, a horrible experience.
That's unfortunate. No, I had it. I did have it when it's just very uncomfortable to have stuff on your face like that because it's slathered on like
God,
a
you'd think so.
roll brush.
You would think so, but we have an airbrush thing or whatever, and people will come at the very dead of night to have their face painted.
Well, the thing is, I just remember as a kid, I hated it because there wasn't an airbrush at the ones I went to in the 90s.
That's true,
This
that's
was
true.
just a brush.
That's true.
Yeah, I got it paintbrushed on me.
And there's still people that there's people that get it painted at the dead of night in other places that don't have airbrush and there's the cheap, really bad paint.
Mm-hmm. I'm really allergic to
Okay.
those. Well, not really allergic, but you do if you think of an allergy that makes you itchy and scratchy and have a rash, the last place you want that is all over your
face,
yeah. It
Yeah.
fucking blows.
Honestly, it's really bad. Some of the designs I've seen painted on fairground.
Yep.
Not
Anyway.
before, since the morning is occupied by that, and we're
Yeah,
going enough to
hold up you, because I am going to bring this one to a close because I'm just completely losing my voice. And I'm sure you can do more city browsing in RP. Next session, we can begin with the circus, where I'm sure nothing will happen, and the dungeon, in which I'm sure nothing will happen.
I don't want to be sucked into clown world. I already live in
Sorry,
one.
everyone's getting emo clussy.
I'm pretty sure when we go to the circus, I'm owed a wingless flying elf wife.
I understood that reference.
It's just a lady with a big nose. I'm sorry.
No.
Hate to break it to you.
No.
I'm sorry, the only email
Manticore's
I'll,
back after all.
the only email I'll take in this game is just Stacy dressed up as like a pastel goth emo.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hot?
Pastel goth is basically just clussy.
Yeah. Yeah, it kind of is, though.
Yeah, but the problem is she joined the insane clown posse, so for the clown pussy.
Oh yeah, that's a gigolo.
Yeah.
Juggalo dolls
In
go
this
around the
world-
outside.
In this world, it's not the same clown posse, it's the same clown pussy.
Yep. All right. Did you guys save an innocent life?
We saved.
Yeah, Carly got away
Yeah,
scot
I
free.
would say
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. Did you defeat a solo or no?
No.
I mean,
Learn
we
something new
avoided
about the what?
getting into a huge fight with the Legion.
That's
Hmm.
true.
You wouldn't have been in a fight with the Legion.
I mean, we would have been murdered by the Legion, which, you know.
That's counts as like a treacherous encounter.
Yeah,
I
you
think.
running from the Legion. Actually, I would count. Yeah, if you completely flubbed it somehow, and she inside through all of your shit. Yeah, actually, that would have been a very treacherous encounter to get out of. So yeah, I will count that.
Hell yeah.
Learn something new about the world. Add it to your journal.
Yeah, we learned about the Velaresian cups.
Oh yeah.
I think that's neat.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
cups that held wishes.
Yep.
That must have been when I was dying of chili because I don't remember that.
Oh, yeah. Historically, whenever Velaris granted a wish, it was stored in a cup, like a golden goblet, and then those cups would shatter once the wish is used. And it has, like, lots of art affectations in the chapel of people, like, looks like Velaris reaching down and rain falling from the hands into goblets being held by horned individuals. So yeah, Velaris' wishes appear in the form of golden cups, and there should be fragments of those out there somewhere. Did you take on create a quest, major quest, or complete?
We took on a quest,
No.
yes.
On a quest, and we
not-
completed a quest.
The archaeology isn't a major quest, though, is it?
No,
It's just a
but
quest,
you
though.
did
Complete. a
you
big
did
quest.
complete
Okay.
this quest now.
Yep.
I'll give you that. Uncover Rune magic item with Treasure Hoard.
Yep, I got an artifact.
Yeah. The necklace of
Yep.
adaptation counts, I think.
Yeah, all right. No special objectives on this occasion, but that is 5 experience for an RP session. Well played.
Yeah, so
Whoa.
222.
Wow.
Yes.
Thank you.
It's
think
not
you mean-
necklace of adaptation, it's necklace of substance.
Same day.
Whatever.
And, yeah. What do you guys say to just kind of, like, chilling here in town for a week so we can level up?
I mean, we were planning to go up to the Velaresian thing and like do that with Brian.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
You know what?
yeah,
Yeah,
we
you're
were
right.
gonna
We
level
should
up at
level up with
Brian's house.
Brian's.
Yeah, I thought you were
That
taking
is
your
correct.
week at
Yeah.
yeah, Blackstone.
you,
As I said,
you
she
already did that
will.
last week.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
her
forgot.
place is going to be a stronghold you can train at.
Perfect. Okay.
Nice.
Actually, could you bump us back to the map? Just,
Sure.
Yeah, that's probably a better place to stay on for the.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, I'm.
much as I enjoy staring at Anai's tits.
I know, right?
You should do it more often.
Cass does it every time you're within staring range.
If you're in staring distance, you got it.
All right.
Just whenever
so-
Cass is talking to you, he's just talking to your tits the entire time.
I've grown used to it.
Yep. That's
Listen,
just
I know
a
where the
survival mechanism for you.
I know where the attention goes to. I thrive in it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Now that the
Alright.
necklace is fully activated, by the time we're gonna be diving down.
It
By the time you're diving in the evening, yes, yeah, you will have worn it for
Oh, yes.
24 hours.
Only be
Oh yeah, quickly before we end it, I need your constitution check to stay awake, Karin. You have to stay awake for 24 hours with no food and drink in you.
This sounds like a pretty difficult check.
Could
It
I
is quite a
do
difficult check.
cocaine?
You can also do drugs to ignore it. Wait, no, that's still consuming something. Sorry. There are probably calories in them. They're drugs.
Yeah, that would be consuming something, wouldn't it?
The raw dog this con. Alright.
That's it.
Don't.
If it's not enough, I have some abilities to do it.
Yeah, it's not enough on its own.
Okay, let's see. Let's see. What's the DC? Let's see.
DC 16. Okay. Alright. You are able to stay awake and stay active and ignore the need for food and drink. Oh, it's going to be really hard when you're in the circus. You guys have a box where they're serving up dinners.
Yes, but by the time the circus
Oh, yeah, no, you're right. Yeah,
off,
that's the evening. Yeah, you're right. Never mind.
Yes, I'll be like, boom. I'll be like, I can eat for the pleasure of eating. I can drink.
You can just try like one of everything for its taste.
Yes, I'll be like, and now she doesn't need to be so thirsty and so hungry over the fucking traveling time. She can just sit and enjoy.
Yeah, you can
be happy and become plumper.
You've become a social eater.
You'll be able to buy like the 5 GP bucket of popcorn, the 8 GP like 32-ounce soda.
No, she buys the very small one, like the 5 silver one, or like copper.
But 5 silver? You're talking about the 8 GP one and the 5 GP one.
So expensive.
Premium popcorn.
But yeah, I hope that you guys have enjoyed.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for running.
It was a great time. And if you're watching on stream YouTube, thanks for tuning in. We will see you tomorrow for 70. Until then, adios and do take care.
Okay.